guys, shooting for fun here. Hey, today we're going to be doing a little upgrade project with our Remington 870 12 gauge pump shotgun. And you've been self-quarantining yourself with this coronavirus outbreak like hopefully we've all been doing there. You're getting a little stir crazy, so it's kind of haven't been able to go to the range, so I've been trying to keep myself busy doing some upgrades. And if you can see here a little bit, I don't know how well you can see that we got some light coming in there. We've kind of refinished our wood on our stock there. Refinished it a little bit, make it look a little nicer. And what we're going to do today is we're going to be changing out our magazine follower and our extractor. This is a injection molded in metal extractor. It's from the factory. You can tell it's got the little notch on there. I can try to see if you can see the little line on there from the notch. So what we're going to be replacing that with is we're going to be using a Remington extractor. This one's a machined, what they call a non-mim, which is a non-metal injection molding. This is a machined part. And we're going to be replacing our mag follower here. This one's with a Car or CAC, or however they pronounce it there. It's a KAK brand. It's a aluminum mag follower that we're going to be replacing out our standard plastic one with. Okay. So what we want to do, first things first here, we want to make sure that our weapon is clear. Which one way to do it is to push down on the feed ramp there, and you can see our plasticky, the orange plastic mag follower there, so we don't have any in the magazine. Pull our slide back. Check inside our barrel there. It's not inside the barrel. Okay. So we're good to go. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off, I can get my camera up here. We're going to start by taking off our mag tube. You unscrew the cap at the end. There's our cap. Now if you notice, this particular one has I'm going to pull our barrel off. The barrel just comes right off of there. So now what we have on the end of this, you have a little spring capture tube. And the way that I take that out is I use a ordinary popsicle stick, and it's got a slot here, and notice the popsicle stick goes into the slot. So what I'll do is I'll push in, and you have to push in, and you turn it. We'll pull our spring out, and then this is just another little plastic piece here. It's got a little notch in there, and on your barrel you've got little dimples here. You can see those little dimples. And that's what fits on either side of that slot. And it locks that in place. Okay, and then what we do is we just here's our orange plastic mag follower, and if you notice there, it's also slotted. Now, one thing they don't tell you is if you go to order a mag extension for these guys, they come with the mag follower, and they come with the longer spring and all that. What they don't tell you is that for your shells to go up past here, those dimples have to be knocked out. A lot of people, and if you can see those little dimples in there. There we go, there's a shot of it. Those little dimples are inside your barrel there that stick out. So you have to either go in there, you have to grind those off. A lot of people take a socket and they hammer a socket inside of there and use a grinder to smooth it out to round them things. They do make a tool. It's called the dimple remover tool. They're pretty expensive though. They're about 70-80 bucks, you know, so just to do that little bit there, they choose a little different way to go about it. Okay, so now that we've got our magazine and our spring and tube out, what we're going to do is we're going to slide our slide forward there a little bit, about halfway. We're not going to take our bolt all the way out, and well, I guess we could if we wanted to. We could slide it and take it out, but probably just as easy to do it. Now what you've got here is you've got a little piston in there that's spring loaded, so you got to be careful when you pop it out you don't flat it, spring and everything out of there. But this piece, if you take a little punch and you stick it inside of that, right inside of where that piston is, and you push back on that piston, you can take and you can rock that there you go. You can rock that extractor right out of there. You just push back on that piston, push down on that extractor like this. You push down on it, and it'll just rock it right back out of there. Now if you can see, you might be able to see that little line on there, that little indentation. It's a little raised line that's on the end of that. Okay. That's what our magazine or our extractor looks like. Okay. So that's our original one. I'll show them here side by side. You can see that our Remington trigger there. There we go. You can see our Remington trigger there on the left. Our factory one on the right. Now the way you do this is you take your edge of your extractor, you stick it in there, and you push it down, push it back as you rock it back in. So it's kind of hard to see from this angle here. We'll see if we can zoom us in a little bit there. you want, you can take the pin, push our spring back. Well, a little hard to do one-handed here. We're going to try to raise it up here so we can get a little better shot at it here. My hand keeps wanting to let go of it and rock it in instead, rock it down instead of back. So I'm going to use the punch here to try to hang on to it here. I guess this part would be easier if the bolt was out. Alright. I guarantee it is more easier than what I'm doing it, I guarantee. Okay. I polished this thing so it's a little slippery here, so that's why I'm having so much problems here with it. Keeps wanting to slide down instead of me sliding it back. What you have to do is you have to put it in kind of like this, and you have to just push it up like that. Okay, now as you can see, I've got it set in there. Then you just push it back, and you'll hear it click in there. There you go. So now we've got it. We've got our new extractor in there. So I was able to kind of hang on to it there a little bit. There we go. So it's in there. It's not coming out. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to do our mag follower. Remember, it's slotted, so you got to put it into where the dimples line up. You can just spin it a little bit there, and it slides right in. Take our spring, and then we'll take our spring capture piece here. And again, what you want to do is you want to push that in until it goes past the little things, and then just give it a quarter turn and it snaps in there. Okay, and then we can put our barrel back in. We'll put our cap back on. And we're good to go. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to test it. So I'm just going to put a couple of shells in. There we can see our gold colored follower now instead of the orange. We'll put a couple of mags through. And what we want to do is we want to just cycle this to where if we see it's going, our extractor is going to work. So now we have one in the chamber, and we're going to extract it. And our new extractor works great. So there you have it, guys. A little quick and easy Although, if I'd have done it a little better there, taking the bolt all the way out instead of just trying to be a little faster, we would have had that back in a couple of minutes time there. But we got it back in. So we've replaced our factory plastic mag follower and our molded in metal, it's metal extrusion, our ejector, factory ejector. Replace that with our Volkortsen, if I pronounce that right, machined extractor there, so we should get a little better quality extraction there. This thing should hold up a little bit longer because it is a machined metal versus a an extruded metal. And there you have it. That's our Remington 870. And like I said, if you go to do a mag tube extension, before you buy your mag tubes, you got to make sure that you can get that dimple out. And one thing that I did notice is that you think you could just take the barrel off, take the mag tube out, buy a different mag tube put in. You can't do that. These mag tubes are soldered in. So they're a real pain in the butt to have to get out if you damage that dimple there. Okay. So worst case scenario, you can always put the originals, keep it in there, keep your 4 rounds. Or if you want to go to the expense to try to get your mag tube replaced. So I highly recommend, unless you really want to take the time and really try to do a really good job on that. If you're not sure what you're doing, you may just want to hold off on your mag extensions at this point. Now that's on the newer shotguns. Some of the older shotguns, they don't have those dimples in it, so you don't have that problem. Okay. Alrighty guys, that's our upgrade there for now for our Remington 870 12 gauge pump. Hope you enjoy. Stay in and stay safe. I'm shooting for fun. Thanks for watching.